Okay, we should be recording. So welcome everyone. So this is our last Emerald to Diamond training, but I have invited some other coaches. So basically what I wanted to talk to you guys about was to get you some tips on Facebook advertising. Um, and wait a second. Are you guys still seeing my screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so good. Just want to, hopefully that's being recorded and not our faces. So basically this is my like page. Now, if you guys don't have like pages yet, you definitely want to get a like page. So what taught me about Facebook advertising was, me doing my own research. I actually hired somebody to build this page out for me, which is, you can do. It's not necessary, but he built me like multiple tabs. So I have like an about me, I have a join my team with a video that, automatically starts to play. I've got a products page, I've got other pages. It's kind of slow for some reason, but all that isn't necessary to get started with Facebook advertising. With Facebook advertising, you still need a like page. It doesn't really even matter if you have any friends on your like page. The purpose of a like page is, Facebook advertising is built for businesses, right? Businesses have like pages. They don't run off of personal pages. So there's a lot of things that you can do with your advertising that you can't do off of a personal page. Okay.
Okay.
So like one of the things, I don't know why, but you know how advertising shows up in your news feed?
Mm-hmm.
But it can also show up on the left-hand bar. Like you can see, over here, there's a little left or right-hand bar, navigation bar. So if you do it from your personal page, it'll only show up on the right. It'll never show up in the news feed. So I don't know why, but you definitely want things to show up in the news feed, because if you're like me, I never look at the right-hand bar. We just train ourselves, that's advertising, I can ignore that. So, that's something that I never look at. But if it shows up in my news feed, I see it every time because I'm scrolling and I'm looking for people's posts, So you can see that I have, I just started this like page this summer actually, and I have 647 likes. And I took Steve McDonald's Practical Social Media Facebook Advertising Bootcamp, which taught me a lot. Now, you've probably heard like Leah Heinfeld and Jason and their webinars, and right on how they're getting leads, and they have a really defined niche.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do that, and they're definitely getting a ton more likes than I'm getting. So I'm not really going to talk about how to do your branding, how to do your niche. I'm focused strictly on advertising. Okay. So if you look, how often do you post on your Facebook fan page? I'm not going to get into that. You can determine that. Some people say multiple times a day. I do maybe once a day. But you want to balance it. You want to try to get people to like your page. You want to try to give them content on a regular basis so that they get engaged with your page. The more people you can get to engage, the more people who are going to see your posts. But, here's the post that I did that I kind of want to show you guys. So I did this, I guess, the beginning of the month. And I did this to get people for our Premier Challenge group that we're running with some of my coaches. So you can see it's a good ad for P90, right? It's got a girl and an old guy. And basically I have this text, which says, the new P90 was just released. Looking for people to take part in the test group starting on October 12th. It's not an extreme workout program. This is for any person who is new to fitness or has a lot of weight to lose. If you're interested or know somebody who might be, click like or leave a comment and I will contact you. So I've learned through this that there's probably better ways of doing this. Instead of saying like or leave a comment was good, but like, not so good. So, I mean, like is good. So I think it would be better to say like it and, message me, or like it and, leave a comment and I will message you, or something like that. And also it's probably good to give people a little more background of, this is not a free program, because a lot of people thought, oh, you're not giving me P90 for free, So, you kind of learn as you do this advertising how to word things, so, you might want to say, you will get, you will order P90 and you will get a free support group, run by me, or something like that. But, as you get more into advertising, and wording, you will learn, trust me, because you'll be like, why did I do that? But out of this one picture, you can see that I have 323 likes, 18 shares, and I got 67 comments, and 16,000 people saw this post. Okay. So what I had started to do, like when the likes first started coming in, I would start friending people, I would send them friend requests. And then I was worried that Facebook may block me if not enough people were accepting the friend requests, so I stopped doing that. And then I just went to people who commented. So one thing that was cool was, if I look at like all the comments, you can see where somebody left me a comment, right? Oh, here we go. So they left comments like interested, right? I'm interested, but I'd like more information. So when they leave you a comment, you can hit reply. And basically then I would tag them in the comment and I'd say, message me for more information. And then they'd message me, and and then what you do at that point is, kind of up to you, right? So I recommend, if you saw those Amber Scott scripts that are posted in the Engage group, I'd recommend looking at those, tweaking those, making those your own, and kind of go through some version of that script with people. So I can tell you, out of the 67 comments, I have one person who is interested in becoming a coach. And that's just through, conversations with them, because, if you read through her scripts, there's a lot of, conversations. Like, I'm asking them a lot of questions. That's how, this person said that she already had, a ton of Beachbody programs. I asked her if she had a coach. She said no, and then we got back into like P90. She said, we kind of determined that might be too easy for her since she's already done Insanity or whatever. So, but I mentioned, well, you might want to become a coach and join my team. And she's like, oh yeah, tell me more about that. So, just think about, your objective here isn't necessarily to sell a workout program, right? So I've gotten a lot of people who said, when I told them, it costs money or how much it cost, they gave me the price objection. And I'm like, that's fine. Why don't you join my team for free and get a free Team Beachbody account? And I will add you to my newsletter and tell you about upcoming specials, and I'll check on you next month, right? So I got a lot of people that did that. I got a couple people who said they didn't want Shakeology, so they just got the workout program. And then I have two people that actually wanted to get a challenge pack. So, I have them lined up to get the challenge pack, and then they're going to join, my challenge group. So, it was pretty good results. I let this run 2 weeks, and it was doing so well. I mean, I originally started with, I think $10 a day, and then I cut it down to $5 a day, but I just let it kept going for 2 weeks because I was doing so well with the results. I got actually, 323 people liked this picture, but 100 people liked my page, which was great because now those 100 people that liked my page are going to see my daily posts. Okay. So how do you do Facebook advertising? So one way that you can do it, so let's say, here's a picture of a recipe, right? You can boost the post. So you can click on this boost post, right? You guys have all seen this. You can do this on your personal page. You can do it on a like page. This is the simplest way, but basically it gives you less flexibility. So typically if I want, so you can do like people who like your page or people who like your page and friends of friends, right? Friends of those people that like your page. And you don't have to do $40. You can do $5. You can even, do $1, if you want, or maybe $2. How about that? There you go. So you can see it'll go to 290 to 770 people, which is cool because I only have 647 people that liked my page, so that's going to cover them all. So if I want to make sure that all 600, because just because you post something just like on Facebook doesn't mean that it's actually going to go and those people are going to see it, right? But if you boost it, then Facebook is actually going to show it to those people that are your friends and their friends of friends, right? Depending upon how much money. So that's an easy thing you can do. But if you want to get into more complex Facebook advertising, what you need to do is if you go to your Facebook like page, you see this little arrow here. You can do create ad or advertising on Facebook. Now, I'm going to click on advertising on Facebook, and that takes you into the Facebook advertising manager. And I just want to show you some of the ads that I've run because it'll show you like all of your campaigns. And let's see. Okay, here's the one that I just showed you, right? The new P90 was just released. You can see, stop that. You can see there were 866 post engagements, and I got it. The cost was an 11 cents per engagement, which is awesome. So basically an engagement is like somebody clicked on it, somebody clicked like, somebody posted a comment. Those are all engagements. So basically, I delivered it to 16,000 people, but per engagement, I'm only paying 11 cents. So, you don't have to spend $100. You can spend $20. Whatever your budget is, you can set that budget per day of what you want to spend. Or you could spend, $2 a day, for 5 days and, however you want to do it. But you can kind of see here, here at the peak, I was getting, 99 engagements in one day. I had so many people messaging me. It was like phenomenal. So, the fact that I didn't close more people is something that I need to work on, right? I need to work on my messaging and, but getting those people, because we all are like, oh, I don't have a warm market. I've already burned through my 6 friends on Facebook. Well, hello, Facebook marketing, right? I have 16,000 people that I don't know that engaged with my post, or 800 that were shown my post, and 600 or whatever it was, 681, actually engaged. So, I can engage with them. So you can see here in this campaign, basically there's multiple breakdown here. So you can create, so the difference here is see, this one there was 123 engagements, and so basically what these are different groups that I targeted. So one time I targeted the campaign at just my friends, just people that liked my page, and, maybe it reached 300 of them, right? And 83 of them clicked on it. But that's okay, because what you can do is see right here where it says create similar ad. Mm-hmm. So that's what I did. I would click on this, and then I would target more people. So basically I said, okay, I targeted my friends and my friends of friends. I want to create a similar ad and I want to target, you know, different people, you know. So I targeted some other groups, you know, maybe I want to target women between the ages of 25 and 30, you know, that live in DC. I mean, Facebook allows you to, it knows everything about you, right? It knows exactly how to target, and it gives you all those options. Um, Basically, the thing that really worked for me is I did a lookalike audience where I said, create a, I'll show you how to do it, but it says, I said, create a lookalike audience of people who liked my page. So there was like 500 people that liked my page, right? So Facebook went out, it found 2 million people that looked like the 500 people that liked my page. And those are the ones that it marketed to, you know? So, you know, whether you want to do it that way, or, you know, maybe if you just had a picture of a older guy working out, maybe you want to target, you know, 50 plus, you know, you can do that, right? And like Steve McDonald always says, the more specific your ad is, you know, the more targeted your ad is, the more engagement you're going to get for the cheaper price. So let me show you. If I click on this ad, create an ad set. Okay, so it doesn't matter if I click that button there. Let me go back. If I do create ads, how about that? There we go. So there's different types of ads you can create. There's clicks to your website. So if you had a blog, or you know, you wanted to get people to click to your website, you could do this. Website conversions, these are, you know, actually people that go to your website and fill out a form. But if you just have a like page, this is what you want to do. You want to do post engagements, or you want to try to get likes to your page, right? So the more likes you get to your page, I mean, you can run an ad just to get likes to your page. People are going to click that like button and they're going to like your page, and now they're going to start seeing your stuff, right? So you can run ads. You know, a lot of coaches, top coaches, they'll run an ad just like once a month just to get people to like their page, and that's how they end up with 15,000 people on their page, because they keep doing this every month and spend, you know, they'll have a budget of $10, $20 a month that they'll spend just on likes, you know, and then that means that more people are following them and seeing their stuff, right? Those are more friends that they're getting. But, you know, what I did is I did this post engagement, right? So I made a post on the page and I wanted to get people to engage with it, right? So that would be like, you know, the thing that I would recommend if you wanted to do like an ad. If you wanted to do a P90 ad, you're going to do a post engagement, right? And then it says, okay, which one do you want to do, right? So you just kind of scroll through all your posts and you can pick one. If I want to do the one that I did the other day with the little dog, you know, I can pick that guy and click continue. All right. So it'll show you, you know, here's the desk news view. This is what it'll look like in the timeline, right? You can look at the mobile view. This is what it'll look like on the mobile view. You know, this is what it'll look like in the right-hand column. And if you don't want it to show up in the right-hand column, I could remove that. But it only gives you, you kind of, you know, if you want to change the wording or whatever, you can do that. You can also, you can create ads from scratch. You can create ads that don't even exist. You don't even have to post them to your page. You know, if I wanted to, I can create an ad. It wouldn't be an engagement, right? It would be like clicks, website clicks or whatever. I can I can pick whatever picture I want. I can put whatever text I want. But, you know, let's just talk about the post engagement one for now. So you can see when I scroll down to audience, basically, if I do, so there's the lookalike audience right there. See that custom audience? So I can do lookalike people who like Greg Armfield, right? Coach Greg Armfield. So that's 2.02 million people. And that's what I did. But if I don't have to do that, I could, put in countries that I want to target. And obviously we always want to target United States, maybe Canada, right? Um, Typically, I'll increase the minimum age up to maybe 25, and then, 65, you can target just men or women, different languages, and then interest. You can come in here and you can pick, whatever interest you want. If they're interested in, weight loss or whatever, I could do I could just type, I want people who are interested in Oprah Winfrey, okay? Who watch Oprah Winfrey, for example. One girl told me that she did this because she was targeting, her target market was moms. She wanted moms. She wanted stay-at-home moms. She didn't want people necessarily who were into fitness. She wanted couch potatoes who watched Oprah Winfrey all day. So yeah, so she did an ad for this, and she got 5,000 people to join her free event that she was doing. So she was doing like a free event where she did like a 30-day fitness thing for people. And that's what she told me she targeted. She targeted moms between the age of like 30 and 40, who watch Oprah Winfrey. And I think she said Dr. Phil or something like that. So basically you could put whatever you want in here, right? And you can see that because I put Oprah Winfrey, that now my target is 13,000 people instead of everyone, right? Well, no, sorry, 13 million
13 million.
people. Yeah, 13 million. And well, right here it says a potential reach, I guess because, well, Oprah would be 13 million, but because I have narrowed the country and the age, I'm now looking at 5 million, right? So I can keep narrowing it down to be more specific if I want. Based upon the ad, you might want to narrow your market down. Like if you are, doing targeting runners, for example, obviously you can put in things that target runners, and then that narrows your market, so only runners will see. And you can say, and what I did is only people who are not connected with my page. See that little radio button there? Because the first one I did, when I boosted it, I got all the people that were already engaged with my page, right? Who already liked my page. So then when I created a similar ad and I targeted the 2 million that were a lookalike audience, I said, I want only people who are not connected with my page. And then you just come down here, you do $5 a day, right? Optimize for post engagement. If you had selected a different type, one of these would be different, right? It would, if you were doing website clicks, it would do optimize for clicks, or if you were doing likes, it might do impressions or something like that. And then you just do place order. So the thing that I found is Facebook, they love to reject ads. So I don't know why, because they're making money, but you can't do before and afters. You can't have a picture that shows too much skin. You can't have a picture that has more than 25% of the picture covered in words, because you know how a lot of times as coaches we'll create a picture and then we'll write all over it. Well, they don't like that. So if more than 25% is covered, they'll reject it. So just keep that in mind. But I found, that picture there is a professional picture, right? That came from Beachbody for P90. And I just used that. And you saw, how many likes I got with it. So, I mean, if you wanted to do 21-day fix, let's say 21-day fix was on sale next month, I would just pick a picture with autumn and, post that. And I'm sure you will get a ton of, So the relatively easy part, you can see how easy it is to create an ad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then The hard part is just figuring out your words, right, to get people to engage, right? So, that's where it comes to. So, okay, let me give you a couple tips. So, what some people do, I'll give you, maybe 3 different scenarios. Some people, might do what I did that says leave a comment below, and then you message them and it goes to your messages, right? Or you say message me, because if you have a like page, you can't message people unless they message you first. That's kind of the way it works, So I say message me, and then I can message them back. Or you could say send me a friend request, and then you can message them over your personal one. But if they're connecting to your like page, it's easier just to say, hey, message me for more information. Another thing that you can do is you can create a form and ask them to fill it out. It's like, hey, do you want to join my chess group? Fill out this form, and in that form, you ask them questions and give them more information. So how do you create a form? You can use Google Forms, which is free, simple, easy to use. If you don't know how to use it, look up a video on YouTube. It's very simple to create a form, a custom form. There's also a site called Wufoo, which is free. You can use wufoo.com to create a form. And I know that like Mark Hildebrandt and Leah, they'll do this. Now they use forms that go to their website, which is great because then they have complete control over the form and whatever. But you don't have to. I'm just telling you an easy way to do it without a blog, without a website. Use a Google form, use a Wufoo form, have people fill that out. And now you've got, the questions you're going to ask is, what is your name? What is your email address? What is your phone number? What's a good time to contact you? Would you be willing to buy P90 and join my test group, which is running on Facebook? Would you be willing to commit to a 90-day program? Would you be willing to, how is your nutrition? Tell me about your goals. Those are the type of questions that you would ask, right? Get all that information from them. And then when you contact them by email or by chat, then you can then have that personal conversation. Let me close that. So that's one way to do it. You could also say maybe email me, or I'm just thinking of other ways that they could contact you. I would say that either have them fill out a form or go to your website. If you have a website, you could give a link to your blog and capture their information there, or just message you. I mean, I think those are the main ways. So any questions? Oh, another great tip that I kind of learned here was you see these 323 people that engaged or that liked my post.
Mm-hmm.
What you can do is when you click on this, okay, we got 10 minutes left. You can see all these people are not my friend. So what you can do is you can say invite, and basically I've already invited all these people to like my page. So I went through the 300 people and I already invited them all to like my page. So that's how I got 100 of them to like my page and to follow me. So see, there's one. You can see that it says invite. So if I click that, he's now invited. Now, like Wendy here, she accepted my invite, and now she's liked my page. So 100 of the 300, 1/3 has actually accepted my invitation, and they like my page and they see my post now. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
So, I mean, it can get expensive, definitely. So I just suggest that you decide on a budget that you are willing to spend, come up with a great ad, and at least start working on getting your your contacts and building your network and building those people that'll follow you, right? Because maybe they're not ready to buy right now. Because I had a lot of people that said, when they found out how much it cost, I would always start with a challenge pack, and then I would step down. Like when they gave me the price objection, I said, well, you can get the program without Shakeology, and it's half the price, right? $80. And then if they still said no, what I would do is I'd say, okay, well, I will keep you in mind for next month, because they'd always give some excuse of why they couldn't buy this month. And I'm like, okay, I will keep you in mind for next month. And then you can, um, and then what I would do is I would say, would it be okay if I send you a friend request and I'll add you to my group? I have a general group where I message people and tell them about specials and stuff. So I added them to my group, and I said, if you would like to join my team for free, I gave them the link to the team Beachbody so that they could create an account, and I would be their coach. And I said, by joining my team, you'll be on my monthly newsletter, and I'll email you every month, and I'll tell you about the specials, and I'll tell you about my future challenge groups that I'm running, or test groups is what I called it. And they're like, okay, I'll do that, So that was kind of my approach. I mean, you can continue to refine that. And I mean, if you look at who are some of the top coaches like Janelle Summers and Amber Scott, right? I mean, they sell hundreds of challenge packs, right? I mean, so this is what they do, right? And they've got their scripts down to a science and how they, communicate with people. So, you just need to make it your own. You don't want to do theirs exactly because, she, for example, she calls everybody hun or love or, whatever. I'm not going to do that. So, I just have to change it to be more me, So you guys have any questions? I think we have 6 minutes left.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to know, could you give us the name of the person that helped you with your like page? Because, I got the blog on practical social media, and I'm taking that, what's the class right now? The class that just started this week, the boot camp. But it is so confusing. And so I was saying I needed help building that page.
No problem. Now, he's not going to do your blog for you, but I mean,
yeah.
Now, one tip for you guys. Have you ever heard of Elance?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So just to let you know, if you need help with anything at all, you can go onto Elance and you can just say, I need somebody to create a picture with a doohickey on it that looks something like this. And you will have people from all over the world who will bid on that. And they'll be like, I can create that doohickey for you in 1 hour and it'll only charge you 50 cents, and you're like, okay, sold. And then, work on it. I had one girl in Pakistan do it in the middle of the night, and by the time I woke up, she had it done. No, but this guy, his name is Abraham Valentine, and he does Facebook pages. And so if you want one like mine, Mark Hildebrandt gave him to me. He'll create you a page like this, and he'll tell you he kind of trains you on it as well, how to modify it if you want. Or you can continue to pay him to manage it for you. So basically, I think he charged me $300. I had him do, just the initial page, and then I took it over from there.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of just need help getting started, and I want it to kind of mirror the blog so I can tie it into sending people to the blog to fill out the forms and everything.
Yes. Yeah. Now you can certainly do that. I mean, what Mark does is he'll write a blog and he'll send people over to the blog, or he'll have his form on his blog. But you don't have to do that. If you have a blog, that's great. I mean, you definitely have more flexibility. But if you just, like I said, if you just want to do a free form, I do like Google Forms all the time. And what I'll do, have you ever heard of a Bitly link? The short little links? Go to bitly.com and you can create a short link. So instead of giving them this big, long Google form link, just create a Bitly link, and it will create a short little link that you can put in your post. And the other great thing about Bitly is it gives you reporting on who clicked on that link. It'll tell you, how many people clicked on it, like where they came from, what kind of browsers they had, where they, gives you statistics, which is nice. So I say if, Bitly's great. It doesn't matter what you're using, like if you're using Wufoo or even your own blog, Bitly's great because it gives you that tracking and insight on, are people actually clicking on this? Or,
Yeah.
Facebook will tell you as well, but, it helps to have that.
Well, if you could send that to me, the guy that created the page, along with months before you shared with me about I think it was another coach that does your newsletter.
Oh,
Someone that was
yeah.
on the newsletter.
Yeah, definitely. That's
Okay.
Kristen Lopez.
Okay.
She's in our groups, so.
Okay. I'm all about, I mean, I know I'm going to have to spend some money, but I'm all about paying for some help here because it's just too overwhelming. It's just so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Kristen does an amazing, full HTML email. So.
Okay.
Any other questions, guys? So, Chris, you said you tried something like this and only got 3 likes. So, I guess it depends on the picture, right? And, and your wording. And, they say, oh, the same picture and how much you spend, right? I mean, so if you spend a dollar, you're not going to get much involved in. So, and then I guess who you target to. So,
what does this ad normally run in order to boost enough likes?
this ad, what do you mean?
The typical ad, just posting a picture like this and getting 500 likes. Because you're saying to target more people, you may have to pay a little bit more.
Yeah, and it also depends on the picture. Like this picture worked really well for me, and I know it worked. Other coaches told me that it worked well for them. I don't know what it is about this picture, the guy and the girl, but people who will tell you if you're doing any Facebook advertising that you might want to test out different pictures. Like if you're doing you might have different pictures, like when I do a like campaign, right, to try to get people to like my page.
Mm-hmm.
It'll let you do 5 different pictures and it will test those 5 pictures, So I found that a picture of my daughter, like looking out over the ocean was the number one thing, Jason, he's got like a picture of the road, and that's what worked for him. You got to kind of test it out, kind of do A/B testing. Like, some of these posts, I did, let's see, I did another post with Tony Horton. Oh, his video here. This guy right here. I boosted this guy and I paid like $5 or $10 and I got 1 comment, So that one didn't work for me. Posting his video didn't work nearly as well as that picture of the girl and the guy, So play around with it. We're going to get cut off here. Any last questions?
Okay.
Yeah, tweak the targeting. Don't give up. Just keep playing around with it.